She didn't look convinced, but she didn't push either. Gabriel picked up the crate.
I'll message you when the dating results come back.
Do that.
Roxy said. She glanced at me one last time, short, unreadable, and turned back to her papers as if we had already left. We walked to the car in silence. Gabriel put the crate on the back seat next to the case with the artifacts, then started the engine and turned the car around. I leaned my head against the window and watched the excavation site slowly fade behind us. The trenches and wet earth disappeared from view, along with the woman who clearly knew me better than I knew myself. For a while, there was nothing but wet fields and low roadside trees. Then the outskirts of the city began to appear. For once, nobody needed anything from me. No questions to answer, no photographs to study, no one watching to see whether I knew something I didn't. I watched the streets pass by and let myself relax into the absurdity of it. Gray apartment blocks, wet pavements, the same low, heavy sky. None of it meant anything to me, but somehow that didn't bother me as much anymore. If this was a dream, there was no reason the streets had to make sense. The day had kept going. I had kept going with it. People talked to me, asked things of me, took me places, and somehow I had made it through all of it. Maybe I really would wake up and find myself back in my own bed. The thought should have been comforting. Instead, I found myself thinking about the day I had just had. The research center, the excavation, the people who knew Aria Spark, Gabriel, moving through all of it with the calm of someone having a perfectly ordinary day. It was exhausting, confusing, completely insane. But it had also been more interesting than most days I could remember. All day, people had been paying attention to her. They had waited for her answers, followed her decisions, listened when she spoke. Whatever this woman's life was like, what she did seemed to matter to the people around her. At work, I was used to being almost invisible. People noticed the food, the table, the bill, usually not the person carrying them. Sometimes it felt like they saw me as part of the furniture, something useful that was simply there when they needed it. Here, Aria Spark seemed to occupy a very different place in the world.